topic today. So, we're going to be talking all about finding more local clients, which is a really good topic to start with, especially if you are maybe new to a location or newer to baking business, or you're just trying to figure out how can I get in front of more people and also hold on to that joy and the excitement that we have for our businesses. Because, as you might know, if you've been doing this for a while, sometimes baking can get monotonous or overwhelming and not as exciting as it was in the beginning. So, I am here to help you keep that joy. If we've never met before, I'm Melissa Fryer with Build a Better Bakery. And I like to help bakers first take control of their businesses, get in the driver's seat, understand more about what they're doing, feel better about what they're doing, but also holding on to that special joy while you are creating a sustainable income or at least making the sales that you need to make or want to make to feel good about your business. And as a professional baker myself, having my own business and also working for many bakeries around the country, I'm here for you and I'd love to share more information with you. So go ahead and throw up your hashtag replay if you're viewing on the replay. And here at Build a Better Bakery, the theme for March is finding more local clients. So every week when I'm in the group doing our live sessions for a few minutes, we talk about a little subject within that category. And today is all about getting into the vibe, following your own vibe. So let me know in the group or in the comments, a one, if you feel like you're doing a pretty good job of following your own vibe, a two, if you've never really thought about it and it's something that you want to get more into, that might be why you're at this session. So let me know in the comments where you're at with this, or maybe a three if you have no idea what I'm talking about. Because I'm going to explain it in a minute, but I just kind of want to see where everybody is. And go ahead and throw up your hashtag live if you've ever seen me live. So I know that you're here. I can say hello and we can discuss anything that's on your mind dealing with the topic of the day. If you would like to stay in the know about these live sessions, you can check the events in the group. I usually post at the beginning of the month what we're talking about every Thursday. You can also send a friend request to me, that's Melissa Fryer, on the Facebook platform, specifically because our group is too large for me to just click invite everybody. I would have to choose a couple people, and that's not really fair. So instead of doing that, I accept the friend request, and then you should get an automatic invite to any event that I make in there. So you'll be able to see everything that's happening. You can also hang out on our email list, which I send out direct replay links every couple weeks. I send out, invitations to workshops. I send out extra resources that we've made. Anything that's coming up for us, you'll hear about it on the when you're on the email list, and you also get a freebie when you join. So you can let me know which one of those you want. And then lastly, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, another free resource where I like to put a lot of the replays there. So it's really just video content. Some people don't want to be on Facebook all the time, or they don't like to view it in Facebook. So you can go to YouTube and watch it in there, and it's a little easier. So those are all places where you can find us. I do like to go live every Thursday at 9 a.m. Mountain Time for the time being, right here in this group, the Bakery Business School group. I just want to make sure you're getting something new and fresh every week so you can feel engaged in your business. Hey, Ange, good to see you. Hashtag live. Great. I'm glad you're here. Let me know if you have any questions or thoughts as we move through this. So we're hopping right in with finding more local clients. That's the topic for the month. And today we're going to be talking about following your vibe. So my favorite part about this aspect of finding local clients is that you can start to incorporate more of you. So your inherent joys, your interests, the things that maybe you do outside of baking, you can start incorporating that environment or that vibe into what you do. And for me, that has really been a strategy that has increased my happiness overall and my community inclusion. Because after 16, 17 years of doing this, things don't always feel great every time you do it, right? So finding a way to make it feel good pretty much all the time, that's what I would like for you, because I don't want you to throw in the towel. I don't want you to throw in the apron, because you guys have skills that I think it's important to share with your community. If can make a couple bucks doing something that you really like to do and you're good at, that's great. I want you all to love your jobs and to love your life. And so that I think that this specific topic is important. And as a military spouse, I know not all of you are. I know a couple of you are. It can be really difficult to up and move all the time and have to reincorporate not only my business into a new community, but also my family and my own personal interests. And it's kind of painful when you get into a new location. So even if you're not military, but you've moved a couple times, you might know what I'm talking about with this. And I've definitely had my share of not so great partnerships, not so great agreements, not so great vendor events, things like that in each location. So I learned over the years to follow my vibe over really anything else. And that's helped out a lot. And I know some of us are running a baking business because we have to make a certain amount of income to support our families, pay the bills, whatever it is. And if you're really thinking income only for most of the time as you are baking, you're going to essentially, at least my experience is that I found less joy in what I was doing because I was more income focused rather than vibe focused, income focused rather than interest focused. And so I think if you step back a little bit, be a little pickier about where you're spending your time or what it is you're getting involved in, I think it's going to make all the difference for you. So at its very basics, I suggest starting online. Super simple. You don't really, go in there, take a look. Most businesses nowadays have an online presence. Some don't, and some that you are actually interested in maybe working with or being around, you might have to search them out physically. But always starting online, it's free. You can give a quick look. Maybe check on locations or groups that interest you already in your area. So use your keyword searches, use your interest topics, and kind of see what's going on. Take some notes. And in a smaller area, I know some of you are rural bakers. I have done that myself. That can be kind of challenging because it might feel like you know everything about everything and there's really nothing new happening. You might not even feel like you really belong in the community because of that you're a baker or maybe your personality is a little bit different. So I understand those feelings, but I still suggest giving it another look, digging in, just seeing what there is to see. And you might have to travel a little bit, outside of your local comfort zone to find those things, but that doesn't mean it's not worth it. It just means you might have to stretch your legs a little, get out there and give it a look. Um, because what I think what's going to happen is once you see your vibe represented in other businesses or locations or groups, you're going to get excited about it. So I think you're going to want to go, but you just have to actually do it. Try not to talk yourself out of it. It's really important in expanding your business and your interest in what you're doing and getting out, in front of people, new clients, finding new clients, getting out in front of the people that you're already kind of connected to. So just to give a few examples, let's say you're into gaming. I have a friend right now that's really into gaming. Her whole family games. That's what they do. So what kind of shops or groups are around for that? There's usually a specialty shop or there's a group that plays certain games, things like that. Or maybe you're into movies. Is there a small local theater or even a larger theater? Are there places where movies are, you have a drive-in theater, right? Like where are movies kind of talked about or dealt with in your community? Or maybe you're into gardening like me and look around. Are there specialized groups or stores or even events that would interest you as a gardener? Rather than thinking about business first, think about your vibe. What is it that you like to do? What's around you? What are some things that you've piqued your interest when you've seen it online? You're going to try to locate places or people that you can further connect with. So that means if you go online, you might see a contact email or you might see an address or something like that. I want you to note all of that stuff down and really just look at any places that you would like to spend some time. Even if it might not end up being a direct business opportunity, go ahead and write down things that you want to do or places you want to see so that you can at least get out and kind of see what's available because you might find something right there that wasn't mentioned online that you could find an opportunity in. So definitely put that information down too. And then you're going to plan a day or a weekend, take a friend, take your family out, check some things out. You might want to start with an email or a call if it's kind of far away or you're not really sure what they do. Might start there just in case if you don't have a lot of like extra funds and time to be running around. But you definitely want to go and check it out before you start making commitments. Because sometimes things look a certain way on paper or they look a certain way online, but they're really not that way. And you would never know what it's really like unless you're there. So just know that this part of finding local clients might mean you have to actually go and visit the location. And I really think that you're going to be surprised by how many groups and businesses would be happy to collaborate with you or to help you showcase your business in some way. A lot of times, networking, unless you live in an area that has like a kind of negative business vibe going on, a lot of people are going to be interested in just being a part of what you're doing. A lot of people love bakers, they love what we do. And it's kind of easy, really, to incorporate our services based on what everyone else is doing around us and kind of us using our skills to build offers based on what people need. So, to give some quick examples, let's say you are that gamer and you visit the local resale game shop. We had one at our last location, it was only 6 miles wide. We still had a resale game shop. You find out that maybe they're releasing a new game on Friday. Something's coming out. Everyone's excited about it in the community. You're a gamer. You knew it was coming out. You're excited about it. And maybe you just say, "Hey, can I make some special themed cookies and do like a little pop up to celebrate?" They say, "Sure, yeah, come on in." So, boom, you now have a pop up event in a genre you already like, and you're hanging out with people you already vibe with. And now you're getting to know the owners, and now you're getting to know the customers. And hey, oh my gosh, here's local clients that might use my services that I'm already interested in being with. Or if you're into movies, maybe you see that local theater and you go in and you see a sign and it says, "Oh, Customer Appreciation Day coming up in a couple weeks." That's pretty cool. Maybe you could ask them if they'd be interested in like a big cake or something sitting out for everybody to enjoy for the guests on that day. Boom. Maybe you've landed this large order for this product, or maybe they've already gotten something set up this time, but they want to use you next time, whatever it is. And then you're like, "Hey, I come in here anyway. Nice to meet you. You might have seen me around." You're making connections, you might get recurring business from them or another theater that they're related to, and then you're all just vibing, right? You're feeling good about being around each other. Or let's say you're the gardener and you see that there's this weekly farmers market. You've been a couple times, it's pretty cool. There's a lot of people selling their produce. So you decide to grab a spot, set up your tent, bring some bakes, and just hang out with the local farmers and just soak up the joy of being around them, talking about gardening and maybe making like gardening themed bakery things. I don't know. But just, really expressing the things that you're interested in. So there is so much we can do for our communities. I'm kind of, I forget the two terms, but there's like doers and planners or doers and thinkers or whatever it is. I'm more of a doer, so I will say I get out there and I take the opportunities, I make the opportunities. I don't know exactly why I am that way, but that's what I do. And so I know it's not always how people are, and you can have some resistance to that. I totally get it. I have mentored plenty of people who have that. So just know that the opportunities really are there, but we have to take a step toward it. So that might be finding your vibe, and then you'll see more clients who already like you because of who you are, and it's fueling itself. So I'll say that, as I mentioned before, all opportunities aren't great opportunities, even if they look like they are on paper. They might not refill your joy cup and continue to help you feel fulfilled in this profession. That's happened to me. I noticed a kind of like a downtick or an anxiety issue around 7 years and also around 10 years. So if you've been baking for about 7 years, you've been baking about 10 years, you might know what I'm talking about. So I think this is a really important thing to do at that time to try to replenish the interest that you may have had a couple years back. And also people who are getting started like in the first year, they can get pulled in a couple different directions that really aren't right for them. And they keep going because they think that's what people want or that's what people are asking for. But we have to remember that it has to be okay for us too, or you're not going to do it long term because it's not going to feel good. So we want to get you as close as we can to feeling great about what you're doing on a daily basis by getting you in front of the people who are kind of like you, who you'd like to spend time with, who maybe you find inspiring, or you're just interested in being around them anyway. So it's not going to feel as much like work because you want to be with them. And I think after like 16, 17 years of doing this is really the main thing that I've done to not only find clients that are already interested in supporting me because we are similar, but also to find clients who can help connect me with even more opportunities because we are already similar. So it's like know, like, trust factor that's really important. That's almost inherent when you start sharing your vibes and you realize, oh, we're kind of the same. And then they can help you also expand your business. So that's a good thing too. So to recap, when it comes to finding local clients, go first where you feel interested or comfortable or intrigued. Those are the things that are going to spark the joy. And then begin finding opportunities there. seeing what it's about, putting yourself in front of people. It's going to heighten your interest and joy overall and get you more closely connected to those in your community that you want to be around anyway. So start looking online, then get out and explore. Make a day of it, make a weekend of it. Make sure that you actually do that step because if all you're doing is planning and all you're doing is writing down places, nothing's ever going to happen. The worst thing that can happen is they say no thank you. Like that's it. So if they can't or they don't want to or whatever the answer is, just because it's a no doesn't mean you're wrong and it doesn't mean you're not good enough and it doesn't mean anything. It just means it's not right for them right now. Maybe they'll call you back later, So go ahead and put yourself out there because they've maybe never even heard of you or seen your stuff or anything. So we want to give you those moments, those opportunities to get in front. And I will say you might even find those special places that change your life. Like maybe you don't even have a business relationship with them, but you looked it up, you got excited about it, and now it's creating another part of your life that's actually separate from baking that's keeping you happy. That's honestly what I would hope for you. Even if it doesn't work out as a baking opportunity, that you're still getting out there and getting more interesting, joyful moments. So if you aren't feeling confident about your ability to introduce yourself, that's a big one, or just with sales in general, I think you will definitely benefit from our March sales mindset bite size workshop. The small workshops that we do is coming up next Monday, this coming Monday. And it's about an hour or less of your time. And we're going to cover insights and mantras to help you feel more like a seasoned, genuine, caring salesperson. So people are going to feel good when they're talking to you, even if you're offering them opportunities or offering them products. You're going to leave the workshop with a new outlook on what sales really are. It might not be what you really think, how you can feel great instead of yucky about making sales, and the best way to connect with people and create sales opportunities that make everyone happy. That's what we want. The bonuses included like a sweet buyer psychology cheat sheet, which I think you're going to find really useful. You're going to get a mentorship session. You're going to get an inspirational big five list that we're going to make together in the workshop. And you're also going to get some course discounts that are applied to other resources that you can use later if you want to continue with the sales mindset training. And it's going to hopefully help you feel great about what you do for your community, even better than you do feel right now. Sales can absolutely be fun. It doesn't have to be weird or scary. And this workshop is valued at over $100. It'll probably be a little more once I add everything into it, but it's listed for just 20. So our little bite-sized workshops are 20 bucks, and I guarantee you'll love it or I'll make it right. So I know you're going to like this content. You can head over to the website to grab a spot in the sales mindset workshop this coming Monday, and I'll send the link here. Or you can also, you'll see a bundle opportunity where you can grab the replays from the January and February mindset workshops, and you can get everything at a discount if you do it that way. So that's a good opportunity too. Okay, let me put that up for you before I go. If you have any questions, let me know about finding local clients, vibing, all that kind of stuff here in the comments. Or you can also post in the group if you have a question about finding more clients. That's all for today's Follow Your Vibe topic. I hope it's given you some inspiration to get out there and look around. Even if you live in a small community, go ahead and do another look, drive around, talk to some of the businesses you already go to, see if they have any leads on, maybe you even create your own group or set something up to bring those like yourselves closer together. So I'll be in here next Thursday at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, right here in the main discussion area to talk once more on finding local clients. The last Thursday of this month, I'm taking off to be with my family. So you'll see me one more time this month, and then I'll post the theme and the events for next month coming up in April. And there'll be just a few that month too, because I'm going to be gone for a few weeks. So I'll post those soon and we'll chat more. Make sure to mark yourself as going on the event for next week. If you want to get that automatic Facebook reminder, I think it comes about an hour before the event. So that's a way to get a reminder about being here live too as well if you want to be live. Okay. Hope you all have the best day. I don't see any questions to answer, so I will see you later.